Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sam Carter, and I'm an Associate Director of Admission at Ursinus College. And at Ursinus, we believe firmly in access to the very high level of education that we are offering to our students on our campus. And as such, we offer a number of different scholarship opportunities for those incoming students. And I want to take a little bit of time this afternoon to walk you through all of those, and then hopefully give you some information at the end. If you have questions, if you want to follow up, I'll give you my direct contact information at that point. But as I just said before, we believe firmly in access to education, and oftentimes for our students, that access comes in the form of finances. As such, 99% of our students receive some form of scholarship when they are admitted to our campus. We truly believe at Ursinus that private is indeed possible. And the first form of scholarship that we are offering to students is merit. All of our merit scholarships have no application process. When you submit your Common App, your coalition application to Ursinus, you are automatically applying for every single one of these merit scholarships. The Zacharias Honors Scholarship is our largest. It is only available for early action students. It is generally reserved for about the top 5% of the incoming class. That's going to be $40,000 per year, and that's every single year. So it's $160,000 total. Each of these scholarships that we're going to talk about during this session this afternoon are all renewable all 4 years. So the figure that you're seeing here is per year, and then that's going to repeat in the sophomore, junior, and senior years as well. So Zacharias Honors, only available in early action, about the top 5% of our incoming class. The Gateway Scholarship is a way that students can automatically know coming in what that floor on their merit aid is going to be. It's $35,000 per year, and students can qualify for it in a number of different ways. You only need to meet one of these criteria to qualify for the Gateway Scholarship. So you can get it through standardized testing. If you have a 1250 on the SAT or 28 on the ACT, you automatically know that you're going to qualify for the Gateway, and we will super score. So if you're taking the test a couple of different times, we'll take the best amalgamation of those scores. If you get that 1250, that 28 on the ACT, you'll automatically qualify for the Gateway. You can also qualify, though, without any test scores. We are entirely test optional throughout our entire admission process. You can qualify for any of our scholarships without submitting standardized test scores. Students with a 3.85 or above GPA will qualify for the Gateway automatically. So you know, if I have on my transcript 3.85 or higher, I'm automatically going to qualify for that Gateway Scholarship. We will consider on a case-by-case basis students with a 3.5 GPA or above who take a rigorous curriculum. So if you're a student who's taken a lot of honors, a lot of APs, IBs, dual enrollments, whatever it might be, maybe you sacrifice a little bit on that GPA. We completely recognize that. And so we will look at students with a 3.5 and above based on the strength of their curriculum for the Gateway Scholarship on a case-by-case basis. The Reverend Rice Memorial Scholarship is also $35,000 per year. It is reserved for students who have meaningfully impacted issues of diversity in their communities or in their schools. We really comb through students' applications, looking at their essays, their activities, their letters of recommendation, and we're hoping that they're going to bring that commitment to engaging with issues of diversities, to making those positive impacts in their community. We hope that they bring that with them and make those impacts with our community on our campus. And so that's a $35,000 per year scholarship. The remainder of our merit scholarships range from $21,000 up to $30,000. And those are calculated based on looking at a student's GPA, their strength of curriculum. So again, are you taking a lot of honors? Are you taking a lot of APs? We're going to weigh that in as we look to establish or assign a scholarship. And then your test scores, if and only if you do submit those, and those range from 21 up to 30,000. For any transfer students who may be looking at Ursinus, we certainly offer merit aid for those students as well, including our Phi Theta Kappa, which is the Transfer Honor Society. If you're a member of PTK, you're automatically going to qualify for $30,000 per year. So none of these require an application. You automatically apply for all of them when you apply to Ursinus, and you will get your merit scholarship when you get your acceptance packet. So all of these are available whenever you're applying, with the exception of the ZAC, which is available only for early action or early decision students. So that's our merit scholarships. These merit scholarships differ from what we call our specialty scholarships. And all of these specialty scholarships are based around an area of interest. These do require a separate application, and students are able to apply for up to 2 of these. So that most of these have a January 1st deadline. You can check out all of this information at ursinus.edu/opportunity. But what I always tell students is once you submit your Ursinus application, your next step is to log on to ursinus.edu/opportunity and find 2 of these that speak to you. You can apply for up to 2. I always encourage students to submit those applications. We'll get into each of these a little bit more in depth. But the major difference here is, whereas with the merit scholarships, you're automatically considered, these do require the student to log in and complete that application. So these break down into a couple of different areas. You can see we've got a little asterisk here by these larger creative writing, performing arts scholarships, and that's because these replace your merit scholarship. And that is what we call a non-stackable specialty scholarship. It cannot be stacked on top of your merit, because if you're getting a $35,000 gateway, you're getting a $40,000 performing arts scholarship, you've now gone over the total cost of attendance at Ursinus. But you can see if you're coming in with that $35,000 gateway, if you win our $40,000 creative writing award, well, now your scholarship has increased by $5,000 per year. So these are what's called non-stackable. So we do have one creative writing award winner. Students will need to submit a portfolio of 10 pages of their writing work. It can be short stories, poems, screenplays, whatever a student feels is their best writing. I encourage them to submit that in that portfolio. And there is one winner who is selected and who will live in J.D. Salinger's old room on our campus. So a fun little perk there for that creative writing winner. You can also see here that we have 9, we'll call them runners up. And these are called the 9 stories in homage to J.D. Salinger's work by the same name. And so those 9 stories are each awarded $2,500. That $2,500 will go on top of their merit aid. For performing arts, it's the same deal as the $40,000 creative writing winner. It will replace your merit scholarship. It is non-stackable. But for all of our merit scholarships, with the exception of the ZAC, that is going to represent an increase in scholarship aid by winning one of these performing arts scholarships. And we do offer one in each of theater, dance, and music. Students are required to submit their acting resume, their dance resume, their music resume, and the faculty will invite finalists to campus for an audition process as part of our Specialty Scholars Day. This year, Specialty Scholars Day will be on February 6th. It is going to be virtual due to COVID-19, but we'll get into a little bit more of specialty scholarship details in the slides to come. So these are our non-stackable specialty scholarships. They will replace a student's merit aid. Now we do have a number of what we call stackable specialty scholarships. These are able to be stacked on top of your merit aid. And so we can get into each of these a little bit more in depth, but just for example, if you're getting a $30,000 Ursinus scholarship based on your academics, and you are able to be a winner of our Parley Fellows $8,000 per year scholarship, well, now your total scholarship package is going to be $38,000 per year. So in that way, we are stacking the specialty scholarship aid on top of that merit aid. But again, these are all based around a cohort of students, an area of interest. So we'll start with our largest on the ABLE Scholars. This is for students who are from Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Maryland, Virginia, Washington, D.C., or Hawaii. It's $10,000 per year, renewable all 4 years. And those students are put in a cohort of other ABLE scholars that are coming in. They're able to receive funds for startup costs, for research, for internships. They go through a series of workshops and leadership curriculum as they go about their time on our campus as an ABLE scholar. Supporting inclusive excellence is for students who are interested in biology, biochemistry and molecular biology, or neuroscience, and who are Pell eligible students as well. I would encourage those students to apply for supporting inclusive excellence. Parley Fellows are for students who want to engage with our Parley Center for Science and the Common Good, which looks at science, research, yes, but how does that intersect with society? How might we take what we're learning in the lab and apply it to better the world around us? Those students should check out our Parley Fellows opportunities. Social justice scholars are for students who are socially active, who want to get involved in social justice issues on our campus and in the surrounding community. You lead scholars are for students who are leaders in their high school environments. They want to come to Ursinus, continue that leadership, and get formal mentoring from some of our faculty and staff on campus. You Imagine ambassadors work closely with our You Imagine Center for Entrepreneurship. These are students who are interested in entrepreneurship, or at least looking at the world through an entrepreneurial lens. Those are students who are going to want to check out the You Imagine ambassadors. Ursinus Science Scholars are students who are focused on research, who are interested in science and want to continue to pursue that passion during their time on our campus. Smith Quest Scholars are students who are interested in their spiritual journey, and that's something that they're looking to continue to delve into, to grow, to foster, to develop during their 4 years on our campus. Smith Quest Scholars. Bonner Leaders and Scholars in Service are both focused around community service. Bonner Leaders is $5,000 per year, and students need to do 400 hours of community service. Scholars in Service is half the money for half the hours, but these are students who are very committed to bettering the world around them through acts of community service. So those are our stackable scholarships. Very, very high level brief overviews on those. Happy to delve into any of those further if people have questions. Definitely reach right out directly to me. And so as I mentioned before, the specialty scholarships do require an outside application. So the first step is to apply to Ursinus either via the common or coalition application. After that, you're able to head to ursinus.edu/opportunity where you can apply for up to 2 of these specialty scholarships. You do not need to have your admission decision to apply for these. You simply need to have submitted your application. You will use those login credentials to access the applications for these specialty scholarships. So students can apply for up to 2. The deadline for pretty much all of these is January 1st. Sporting Inclusive Excellence has a deadline of February 1st. And at that point, we will go into our faculty review process. Faculty review every single one of these applications, inviting the top 15 finalists generally to campus for our Specialty Scholars Day. Again, taking place February 6th this year virtually, where students will usually partake in some general programming, learn a little bit more about Ursinus, but you'll also get to know your cohort of scholars that are being considered for this opportunity. You'll learn about the scholarship more in depth. You'll learn about that area of campus more in depth, and you'll also do either a faculty interview or audition, depending upon your scholarship. And then we'll announce the winners a couple of weeks after Specialty Scholars Day concludes. So that is sort of the high-level overview of both of our merit scholarship process and our specialty scholarship process as well. Again, the big difference being merit scholarships automatically considered. Specialty scholarships do require a little bit more work from the student through that additional application process. So I'm sure you have questions. If you do, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. My email is scarter@ursinus.edu, and I would love to discuss any and all of these scholarships with you more in depth. Thank you so much.